Alrighty, so I finally get around to doing the September Witches box video unboxing, and the October Witches box arrives the same week. Alright, so before I get started on this, I just want to say a few things about. Well, I'll start with the September unboxing. So that actually went a lot better than I was expecting. I was worried I'd just get the box, open it up, and then pull stuff out going, that's cool, that's awesome, I like that, close it all up again and call it a day. What instead happened, which was what I was hoping would happen, is that the box turned into a talking point where I could, use the objects in the box to start a conversation about um, elements of the craft, either like actual working magic or the history of it, which is really more my probably going to be my sort of thing. There's not probably not going to be much, if any, actual spellcraft on this channel. There are lots of other channels that have um, already got very good videos on that. So if anyone asks, I'll probably just point them to there. So I probably won't do any spellcraft unless like I see something or someone brings something up and I want to do a maybe do like a counterpoint or show like a different approach. Then maybe I'll do my own spellcraft video. But for the most part, this is probably mainly going to be about things um, like history and maybe the more sort of technical probably isn't the right sort of word, but uh, maybe more like neither is theoretical, but so not much actual spellcraft, but more sort of talking the mechanics behind how it works and some of the history of the craft and magic in general. So yeah, all right. That said, let's get into the October Witches box unboxing. All right. Oh wow. There we go. Ooh. Okay. And this time the sticker is being used to hold some gold paper in place. Alrighty. Let's not break that. Hopefully I didn't need that. That would have kind of sucked. But anyway, alrighty. So, once again, we have our very, very awesome little paperclip, which I'm going to hang on to. Yep, and so I actually kind of had an idea of what this one would be because I saw an email from them talking about they were doing a sort of like Zoom meeting discussion on water magic. So I figured that if this was, so I figured that the October box would be the water magic box. All right, so we have our little letter from Witch's box, including including a list of stuff in it. I'm not going to read it. I'll get into that. I'll figure it out as we go. Alrighty. So actually, I believe this is an Oracle card. Uh, no, it's not. All right. So here we have the very lovely back. Not quite as macabre as the last one, but very pretty. And we have the Seven of Cups, and of course, it's going to be cups for the water magic box. Lots of blue, the blue gems on the cup, on the flower as well. Alrighty, and what have we got here? Water in the tarot. All right, so this is this is just talking about the suit of cups in the tarot, what the different cards mean. So going through king, queen, knight, page, ace, all, and then at the bottom here it has the major arcana associated with water. So, and then here you have the other things associated with the element of water as well. So that's a pretty cool thing. I'm gonna probably take a nice good look at that later. Alrighty, and here we have our herb. So, well, yeah, 2 herbs. So this one is, so last time we had the teas, black, green, oolong, and was it white? I can't remember. Um, so here today we have thyme. Um, another one I'm going to be taking a look at as well. Do need to get some thyme in my garden. And nettle. Ah, that's an interesting one. I must admit, I don't actually know much about the use of nettle in either magic or other mundane uses. I have heard of it, but herbs really aren't my thing. It's just sort of been something I've sort of been, nettle, interesting, but never actually gotten around to looking into. So now here we have our mountains upon mountains of stuffing, although this box is much smaller than the last one, so hopefully there's not as much. And today I come pre-prepared with a box to put it all. Alright. Definitely looks like there's less this time. Alrighty, and here we have our witch's apothecary bags. I'll deal with the rest of that later. So, shocker. We have thyme. Yeah. So we have some thyme here. This is going to see much use in the kitchen. Might do a bit of magic with it. As I said, I'm not much of a herb person in magic, but we'll see how we go. And here we have some nettle. I have to double check to make sure, but I vaguely remember hearing you can make nettle tea, but double check before you throw some nettle leaves into some water and drink it, just in case. Alrighty. Now we have some more stuffing. I'm pretty sure they reduced the size of the box to reduce the amount of the stuffing, because as cool as it looks, this is a ridiculous amount. Ooh, and I'm about to throw away some cool stuff. Alright. So we have some blue string here. Alright, and you may have gathered, but everything blue is going, the water box is going to be blue. So here we have some, looks like copper shells. So yeah, metal cowrie shells is what's on the tarot. So those are pretty cool. Obviously, if you're doing magic, real shells will probably be better. But anyway, yeah, the metal shells will work just fine. Here we've got 2 enormous blue candles. Yeah, these guys are very fond of their big candles. I'm not complaining, big candles look awesome. Alright, then we have the rest of the gold. What have we got here? Alright, so go for this one first. Alright, so elements of witchcraft, water magic. I like the tentacles on it. Wish there was a bit more. I do love me some H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu. Alright, so elements of witchcraft. So I assume this is part of a book series on water. I wonder if they've done any of the others, or if we'll be getting more of these. Right, and incidentally, for anyone who doesn't know, that upside down triangle, it's not quite right, but the upside down triangle is usually done with a line through it. If memory serves, is the symbol of water in alchemy. I'd have to double check. I always get a couple of them mixed up, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. So water magic. So some deities, tarot, crystals and stones, and then some spells. Cool. And then holidays and rituals. Alrighty, so that is me bumping my camera. Fantastic. Alrighty. Now let's see what we have here with the blue cloth. Well, nope, there's definitely something in there. Alrighty. Alrighty. So we have an empty bottle for our water. And fairly nice empty bottle. So we have the water and the blue cloth. So the blue cloth will be, says 3 feet of blue yarn is what it says on the sheet of the contents sheet, but that's not yarn. This is a synthetic fabric, as far as I can tell. So, but otherwise that doesn't matter too much. I mean, if you want, you can get blue cotton if you really want, or the all natural stuff. But this will fit the bill very nicely. So, long and short of it is, so you'd use the blue cloth for maybe to represent something like the water or the sea. And then you have the bottle with your actual water, which you can bless or do any number of stuff. I mean, obviously the Water Magic book would have a bunch of different stuff in there that you can do with it. Yeah. So, all in all, as she said, you may not have seen in the letter, but she said that she, I assume it's a she. They said that they were going back to basics, with elemental magic being a basic element of the craft. So I'm not really sure what else to say on this. Water magic is a basic but essential part of the craft. I mean, if you're new, you probably have more questions than I can think of. Me personally, can't really think of anything else to say on this, and I'm throwing my stuff everywhere. Yeah, it's water magic is part of the essential basics of the craft. Definitely something to keep an eye on. I'm not really partial to it myself. I'm an air element, so I usually do stuff related to air personally. But yeah, basics are important in everything you do. If your basics aren't up to scratch, then it does really negatively affect everything else you do. Like foundations are very, very important in anything you do in life, not just in magic itself. So I'm not really sure what else to say on this. I obviously I like all the ingredients. That book is interesting. I'm a big fan of their tarot cards. I really liked the last one they did with Lady Death. That was cool, but this one's also very nice. The artwork is fantastic. Always a fan of enormous candles. All in all, another great box. All right, well, thank you very much, and I will see you probably in like 3 months for the next one because Australia and shipping. Yay.